Hello friends. Welcome to Study Time. Today current affairs for competitive exams 2021. Sumant Sinha recognized by UN. The United Nations Global Compact has recognized Sumant Sinha as one of 10 2021 Sudanese Pounds pioneers. He is the chairman and MD of Renew Power. SDG pioneers are business leaders selected by the UN Global Compact for doing an exceptional job to advance the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) through the implementation of the UN Global Compact 10 principles. Karim Khan, new ICC Chief Prosecutor. British lawyer Karim Khan has been sworn in as the new Chief Prosecutor at the International Criminal Court in The Hague on. He replaces outgoing Prosecutor Fatou Bensouda of Gambia. Khan is a specialist in international criminal law and human rights law. During a career spanning decades, he has argued in all the major international courts and conducted high-profile probes. Japan to issue vaccine passports. Japan will make a vaccine passport available from July 2021 for Japanese travelers. The certificate will be paper-based rather than digital and will be issued by local governments. The passports will include information such as the holder's date of inoculation and the manufacturer of the shot they received. They will be available both in English and Japanese. Puma signs Yuvraj Singh as brand ambassador. Puma has extended its decade-long partnership with former cricketer Yuvraj Singh by signing him as the face of Puma Motorsport in India. With this, he also joins the brand's global league of legends like Thierry Henry, Boris Becker, and Usain Bolt. Globally, Puma is associated with Scuderia Ferrari, Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team, Aston Martin Red Bull Racing, BMW M Motorsport, etc. Zenda Satyagraha program organized. In Maharashtra, a program called Zenda Satyagraha was organized at the South Central Zonal Cultural Center SCZCC in Nagpur. The program was organized under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, being celebrated all over the country. An insightful lecture was also delivered by Pro-Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi Antarashtriya Hindi Vishwavidyalaya, Wardha, Dr. Chandrakant Ragat. Youth clubs for every panchayat across J&K. In Jammu and Kashmir, Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha has directed for the establishment of youth clubs in every panchayat across the UT for constructive activities and addressing all the concerns of the young generation. In the first phase, 22,500 youth from 4,290 panchayats will be engaged in the youth clubs. The government will incur expenditure to the tune of 12 crore rupees for this initiative. First ever 10-meter shooting range in J&K. In Jammu and Kashmir, the first ever 10-meter shooting range was inaugurated at Youth Hostel in Srinagar on the 17th of June 2021. The shooting range has all the modern equipment for 10-meter air rifle and 10-meter air pistol events. A first-of-its-kind basic training camp will be started within a few days for students, and the shooting range shall be utilized for the upliftment of this sport. Autism Pride Day, the 18th of June. Autism Pride Day is observed on the 18th of June every year. The day was first celebrated by Aspies for Freedom in 2005. According to the WHO, 1 in 160 children have autism spectrum disorder. Autism, or autism spectrum disorder (ASD), refers to a broad range of conditions characterized by challenges with social skills, repetitive behaviors, speech and nonverbal communication. Montek Ahluwalia, member of WBIMF Group. Montek Singh Ahluwalia has named as a member of a high-level advisory group, HLAG, formed by the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, IMF, in the face of the dual crisis posed by the COVID-19 pandemic and climate change. He is the former Deputy Chairman of the Planning Commission and Distinguished Fellow at the Center for Social and Economic Progress, CSEP. Khedo Punjab mobile app launched. Punjab Sports and Youth Services Minister Rana Gurmeet Singh Sodhi launched a special mobile app Khedo Punjab on the 18th of June, 2021. This is the first time in the history of the sports department that the department has launched a mobile app. With the launch of it, the current sportspersons and the budding players will be in a position to register online and can choose any game of their interest. Shefali, youngest to score twin half-centuries. In the women's cricket test at Bristol, India's 17-year-old Shefali Verma became the youngest woman and the fourth overall to score twin half-centuries in her debut test. The record was previously held by Australia's Jessica Louise-Jonassen, who was 22 when she scored the 50s in both innings of her debut test against England. Goa Revolution Day, the 18th of June. Goa Revolution Day falls on June 18th. It was on this day in the year 1946 that the suppressed patriotic feelings of Goans had manifested into a mass revolution. It is observed to recall the sacrifices of freedom fighters and martyrs of Goa's liberation struggle. Dr. M. Manohar Lohia and Dr. Julia Menezes had started the civil disobedience movement against Salazar's dictatorial regime. ADB approves a loan to Bangladesh. The Asian Development Bank (ADB) has approved a $250 million United States dollars loan to Bangladesh to help finance reforms. It is aimed at improving the inclusiveness and responsiveness of the country's social development and resilience program. The Strengthening Social Resilience program will include institutional and policy reforms to address cross-sector issues of social development in Bangladesh. Instricand participating in UNAVFOR. Indian naval ship Trikand, a mission deployed for anti-piracy operations, is participating in the maiden UNAVFOR joint naval exercise in the Gulf of Aden. A total of 5 warships from 4 navies are participating in the 2-day exercise which commenced on the 18th of June, 21. Other countries that are participating are Italy, France, and Spain. 7 Navy pilots awarded prestigious wings. In Tamil Nadu, 7 Indian Navy pilots were awarded the prestigious wings by Vice Admiral Ajendra Bahadur Singh, Flag Officer, Commanding-in-Chief Eastern Naval Command at the passing out parade on the 18th of June 2021. The graduation of the 96th Helicopter Conversion Course was held at the INS Rajali Air Base Arakonam. The pilots were given rigorous training for 22 weeks. CBSE developing an IT system. The Central Board of Secondary Education (CBSE) is developing an IT system. It will be made available to all the concerned schools sponsoring students for Class 12th for calculation of results. The system will ease down the calculation work, reduce the time taken and so many other hassles. It will also pre-populate marks of Class 10th of the students passed from CBSE. India and Bhutan ink MoU. India and Bhutan have inked an MoU for developing cooperation between two countries in the area of environment. The MoU is a platform to further enhance Indian and Bhutanese partnership and support, exchange best practices in areas like prevention of air pollution, climate change, etc. It also provides the possibility to have joint projects in areas of mutual interest. Milkha Singh passes away. Indian sprint legend Milkha Singh passed away in June 2021. The legendary athlete was a 4-time Asian Games gold medalist and 1958 Commonwealth Games champion. His timing at the Italian capital was a national record for 38 years till Paramjit Singh broke it in 1998. He was honored with the Padma Shri in 1959. He also represented India in the 1956 and 1964 Olympics. BCCI lifts ban on Ankit Chavan. Former Mumbai left-arm spinner Ankit Chavan, who was involved in the IPL spot-fixing scandal in 2013 along with S. Srishant, has been formally cleared by the Board of Control for Cricket in India (BCCI) to resume competitive cricket. In 2020, the BCCI's Ombudsman Justice D.K. Jain had reduced the quantum of sentence for both Srishant and Chavan to 7 years from the life ban. NGT forms Committee for Rejuvenation of Varuna. The National Green Tribunal has formed a committee for the rejuvenation of the Varuna and SC rivers in Varanasi. The rivers are tributaries of the river Ganga. A bench headed by NGT chairperson Justice Adarsh Kumar Goel constituted an independent monitoring committee for the purpose. Fecal coliform bacteria count at Varun Ganga confluence is 71 million per 100 megaliters of water Ganga Jal. Csir Partners with Tata the 1500th. The Center for Scientific and Industrial Research (CSIR) and Tata Medical and Diagnostics Tata the 1500th have announced a TIP aimed at ramping COVID-19 testing across Tier 2 and 3 towns as well as rural areas in the country. The initiative will utilize CSIR's network of labs across India. To be jointly developed, the RT-PCR-CRISPR test will use the Tata the 1500th check SARS-CoV-2 test kits. Polycab India acquires Sylvan Innovation Labs. Polycab India Ltd (PIL) has signed an agreement to acquire a 100% stake in Bengaluru-based automation company, Sylvan Innovation Labs for 182 million rupees. Founded in 2008, Sylvan claims to be one of the pioneers in the concept of home automation in the Indian residential building market. Sylvan has installed over 100,000 devices in more than 8,000 homes and offices and has 17 patents. LTI recognized at Snowflake Summit. Larsen & Toubro Infotech has been recognized as the Global Innovation Partner of the Year by Snowflake, the data cloud company. LTI received this prestigious recognition during Snowflake Virtual Partners Summit held on June 16, 2021. With its automation-first approach, LTI's unique Canvas Polar platform provides speed, performance, and risk reduction to Snowflake customers. V. Vaidyanathan, MD of IDFC First Bank Ltd. The Board of Directors of IDFC First Bank Ltd have approved the proposal for the reappointment of Mr. Vaidyanathan as the MD and CEO of the bank, for a further period of 3 years. It is in effect from December 19, 2021 up to December 18, 2024, both days inclusive. He took over as the MD and CEO of IDFC First Bank in December 2018 after the merger of Capital First and IDFC Bank CFS to set up a small finance bank. The RBI has given an in-principle nod to Centrum Financial Services to set up a small finance bank, SFB. This approval has been accorded in specific pursuance to Centrum Financial Services Limited's offer dated 1 February 2021, in response to the expression of interest notification dated November 3, 2020, published by the Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative PMC Bank Center sets target to reduce accident deaths. The center has set a target is to reduce road accident deaths by 50% by the year 2024. This was announced by Minister for Road Transport and Highways and MSMEs, Nitin Gadkari, while addressing a virtual session on role of corporates in arresting road fatalities. It was organized by the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry (FICCI) in June 2021. Biden signs Juneteenth bill into law. U.S. President Joe Biden has signed legislation establishing June 19 as Juneteenth National Independence Day. It is a U.S. federal holiday commemorating the end of slavery in the U.S. Juneteenth commemorates the 19th of June 1865, when Union Major General Gordon Granger announced the end of slavery in Galveston, Texas, in accordance with President Abraham Lincoln's 1863 Emancipation Proclamation. Orissa CM announces COVID assistance package. Orissa CM Naveen Patnaik has announced a COVID package of 1,690.46 crore rupees for the assistance of landless farmers, construction workers, etc., who have been affected by the pandemic. Under this package, 178.911 crore rupees will be provided to around 17.84 lakh landless farmer families in the state. 260 crore rupees will be provided to the urban poor living in 114 municipal areas. Telangana to replicate Andhra's Nadu Nedu. The Telangana government has embarked on a school infrastructure development program similar to that of the Andhra Pradesh government's flagship program Nadu Nedu. To execute the project, the Telangana government would be utilizing the Andhra government's Nadu Nedu software for developing the infrastructure. Telangana government has proposed to spend 2,000 crore rupees in 2021 for it. Labour Ministry, UNICEF and Yuva join hands. The Ministry of Labour and Employment, and the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, have signed a statement of intent (SOI). They will co-create and implement solutions at scale to tackle the employment and skilling challenges for adolescents and youth in India. This effort will be spearheaded by Yuva, UNICEF's multi-stakeholder alliance in India, globally known as Generation Unlimited. Day for the Elimination of Sexual Violence. International Day for the Elimination of Sexual Violence in Conflict is observed on June 19 every year. Its aim is to raise awareness of the need to put an end to conflict-related sexual violence. The resolution was adopted by the UN General Assembly on June 19, 2015. The date marks the Security Council Resolution 1820/2008, where sexual violence is a tactic of war was condemned. The end. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, comment and subscribe.